There are legends that fade with time, and then there are legends that grow stronger every time their story is told. King Kong belongs to the second kind. Not because of size alone, not because of strength alone, but because every battle he enters leaves a mark on the world around him. This is not the story of one fight. This is the record of many clashes that shaped a titan into a symbol of dominance. King Kong's battles are not random moments of rage. Each one represents a test of territory, of intelligence, of endurance, and of leadership. Across jungles, cliffs, ruins, and forgotten lands, Kong has faced opponents that challenged different sides of his power. Some tested his strength. Others tested his patience. A few forced him to adapt in ways that changed him forever. The earliest battles of King Kong were about survival. In a world filled with massive predators, dominance was never guaranteed. Kong learned early that raw power meant nothing without awareness. Every movement mattered. Every sound carried meaning. These early confrontations taught Kong restraint. He did not attack first. He observed. He waited. And when he moved, the ground remembered it. One of the most intense battles came when Kong faced a rival beast that ruled through speed and aggression. The opponent struck fast, relying on surprise and relentless pressure. For the first time, Kong was forced to defend instead of advance. Rather than overpowering immediately, he adjusted his stance, using the terrain as a shield. Rocks became barriers. Trees became leverage. The battle ended not with chaos, but with control. Kong proved that dominance could be calm. Another defining clash came deep within dense jungle territory, where visibility was limited and danger came from every direction. Here, Kong faced a creature that relied on ambush rather than confrontation. The battle unfolded slowly. Long moments of silence were broken by sudden movement. Kong's strength was useless without awareness. This encounter sharpened his instincts. He learned to feel danger rather than see it. When the final moment came, it was decisive, not explosive. But as Kong's reputation grew, so did the scale of his battles. He no longer faced simple challengers. He faced creatures that believed they were kings themselves. One such battle unfolded near towering cliffs, where a single misstep meant defeat. The opponent attempted to use height as advantage, forcing Kong into unstable ground. Instead of retreating, Kong adapted. He lowered his center of gravity, moved with patience, and waited for the environment to betray the overconfident challenger. Gravity became Kong's ally. The victory was earned, not rushed. Not every battle was about physical opponents. Some were about defending territory. When invaders entered Kong's domain, the conflict was immediate but controlled. Kong did not chase intruders blindly. He positioned himself where his presence alone altered decisions. Many battles ended before they truly began. The message was clear. Some spaces are not meant to be challenged. One of the most remembered clashes involved a massive predator that relied on intimidation. Its presence alone caused panic among smaller creatures. When it confronted Kong, it expected fear. What it met instead was stillness. Kong did not roar. He did not charge. He stood. That silence shifted the balance. The predator hesitated. In that hesitation, dominance changed hands. Kong's response was swift and precise. Power used only when necessary is the most terrifying form of power. Kong's battles also revealed his intelligence. Against opponents that relied on repetition and pattern, Kong evolved mid-conflict. He broke rhythms. He changed timing. This adaptability made him unpredictable. Many challengers lost not because they were weaker, but because they failed to adjust. Kong never made the same mistake twice. A turning point in Kong's history came when he faced a threat that forced him to protect others rather than himself. This battle changed the meaning of victory. Strength became responsibility. Every movement had consequences beyond survival. Kong positioned himself between danger and vulnerability. He absorbed impact, redirected force, and controlled the pace of the confrontation. This battle was not about winning. It was about holding the line. After that moment, Kong was no longer just a dominant force. He became a stabilizing one. Creatures learned his patterns. Territories adjusted. Balance began to return. But balance always invites challenge. New threats emerged, not driven by hunger or fear, but by ambition. These challengers did not want survival. They wanted proof. One intense battle unfolded in open terrain where there was nowhere to hide. The opponent believed this removed Kong's advantage. What they failed to understand was that Kang did not rely on hiding. He relied on presence. In open ground, his authority expanded. Every step closed distance. Every pause increased pressure. The opponent exhausted itself trying to escape a confrontation that Kong controlled completely. There were battles that tested Kong's endurance more than his strength. Long engagements where patience mattered more than power. In these moments, Kong proved something unique. He knew when not to finish a fight quickly. He allowed opponents to reveal weaknesses through their own aggression. When the decisive moment arrived, it was unavoidable. Some confrontations ended without a final strike. Kong understood when dominance had already been established. Retreat in these cases was not weakness, it was acknowledgement. These moments reinforced Kong's reputation more than destruction ever could. Survival spread the story faster than defeat. Kong's most intense battles are remembered not for destruction, but for transformation. Each clash refined his approach. Each victory was quieter than expected. Each defeat rare, as they were taught him something lasting. He did not become stronger by winning alone. He became stronger by understanding why he won. In compilation, these battles form a single narrative. Not of chaos, but of evolution. King Kong did not dominate through fear alone. He dominated through balance between force and control, aggression and restraint, instinct and judgment. The world around Kong changed because of these battles. Territories stabilized. Threats diminished. Balance returned. This is the true legacy of King Kong, not endless conflict, but controlled order. When future challengers consider testing Kong, they are not facing just one titan. They are facing the memory of every intense battle that shaped him, every lesson learned, every line that was crossed and answered. King Kong stands not as a creature of endless war, but as the result of it, a living record of what it means to survive, adapt, and lead in a world that never stops testing strength. This compilation is not about counting victories. It is about understanding why King Kong remains unmatched. Because power fades. Size can be challenged. But experience earned through the most intense battles becomes unbreakable. And that is why, in every era, in every land, when the ground begins to shake, the world knows exactly who is coming.